Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to my living room classroom. We are still talking about raising the level of research. So, last week you worked on, actually, the last 2 weeks you worked on water bottles or zoos, and this week you're choosing between sharks and what is the other one? Extreme sports. So, we've talked about how readers make annotations to help them remember big ideas. We're starting to tackle more difficult texts using some helpful strategies. And today, what we're going to talk about is how research study the perspective of the author and compare it across texts. So, if we're going to circle, let's just remember, try and figure out perspective. It means what their point of view is. I almost sometimes think of like my kids as siblings. A lot of times they come to me and say, Mom, Cole did such and such, or Mom, Avery did such and such. They both think the other one is wrong because they both have a different point of view. So that happens with research too. There are different points of views. We've been studying chocolate milk. Some people think it's good. Some people think it's bad. Same with your topics. There are different points of view. We're going to compare them across texts, which means two different texts. Texts can be articles or they can be videos. So we are going to, when studying perspective, these are the questions we can ask ourselves. Who is the source, which means who is writing it or who produced the film or the movie? What's their point of view? Are they for the topic or are they against it? If the author was involved in the debate, which side would they be on? Sometimes articles, authors can write for both sides too. What kind of language is the author using? Are they using positive language about the topic? Are they using negative language about the topic? What does it tell me about the author's perspective? Remember, perspective means what their point of view is. Everyone has a different point of view on all different types of topics. So now I'm going to read you a little bit of an article. We have two, this one and this one, about chocolate milk. And I'm going to try and compare the author's perspective of both. Devoted to Dairy, an American dairy farmer's blog. With that title right there, I already think that they're probably for chocolate milk. That's a plus sign. But I'm going to read and make sure. Growing up on a dairy farm can be a lot of work for my kids. They have to get up early to help milk our cows in the cold, the rain, and even on Christmas morning. It's tough, but we know that we have to work hard to be able to make money for our family. We expect to work hard every day. One thing that I didn't expect, though, was that my kids wouldn't like to drink milk. I'm going to highlight that. That's interesting. As a dairy farmer, I know that when kids don't drink milk, they miss out on lots of important nutrients that they need to grow and stay healthy. Calcium, potassium, and vitamin D are important nutrients kids get from milk. So that tells me right there, I believe that this author is for, definitely for milk. They're talking about positive reasons kids should drink it. A tasty solution. What do you think the tasty solution is? What is tasty about milk when it is chocolate? At least for me. My kids are losing critical nutrition and they weren't alone. Many kids today are missing out on the nutrients they need because they aren't choosing nutrient-rich food. So there we go. Kids are missing out on the nutrients they need. Luckily, there's a tasty solution, flavored milk. Flavored milk has the same great group of essential nutrients as white milk, and kids will drink even more when it's flavored. So same great group of essential nutrients as white milk. And they'll drink even more when it's flavored, so that means they'll get even more nutrients. I know my kids do. That means that kids who drink delicious flavored milk actually get more of their nutrients. Research has shown that kids who drink flavored milk do not consume added sugar, fat, or calories. So that's interesting because a lot of the debate is that the chocolate milk isn't good. It's all this extra sugar and then the kids will eat more bad food. But this article is saying that's not true. Kids need to get from 1800 to 800 to 1300 grams of calcium a day depending on their age, and drinking flavored milk can help them get the 3 daily servings of milk that dietary guidelines recommend. When kids drink flavored milk, we are making a smart trade. A small amount of added sugars in low-fat and fat-free flavored milks are a fair trade for the valuable added nutrients supplied. As an added bonus, drinking nutrient-rich flavored milk helps kids improve their overall diets. So he's not only saying it's good, he said it helps improve kids' diets by drinking chocolate milk. So the perspective of this author is that they are for chocolate milk. Okay, now let's read our next article. Oh gosh, sorry. It's not time for Netflix. Sorry, kids. Hard facts about flavored milk. An 8-ounce serving of chocolate or strawberry milk has 4 teaspoons of added sugar, and each teaspoon has 15 calories. Times 2. If a child drinks it at school for breakfast and lunch, that's 8 teaspoons of added sugar. That's 120 extra calories a day. So that is equal to nearly 2 gallons of extra sugar. So this isn't really gallons of milk. That's 2 gallons of extra sugar you'd be getting each year. That's a lot of sugar. I'm thinking this poster article is against chocolate milk because no parent wants their kid having 2 gallons of extra sugar a year. Let's look at this title here too. All that sugar is bad for kids' health. That tells me when you have the word bad, we know that that is negative. So we think that this is against. Sugar is a major contributor to the health problems that are harming our kids, like the growing rates of diabetes and hypertension. There's strong evidence that sugary drinks are a major risk factor for developing type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Chocolate milk has the same total sugar as a soft drink. Ooh. That's the added sugar plus the natural sugar contained in all milk. So with every serving, you're adding the equivalent of another soda to their daily calorie count. I know as a parent, I wouldn't want my kids drinking soda, but I would give them chocolate milk. So now I'm thinking twice about it. Leading obesity organization, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, surveyed parents and found that the majority agree that their child's school should limit access to unhealthy snacks and sugar-sweetened beverages. Schools should include flavored milk in this category. Okay, so this article is, against flavored milk. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my writing like I normally would. You guys would do it in your black notebook, but since we're not at school, you're doing it in Google Slides. So take 2 sources and compare and contrast the author's perspectives. Were they similar? No way. One was for it, one was completely against it. So we would say in the first article, the dairy farmer was for milk and flavored milk. He said, now we take a spot from the article, I'll have to go back. What did he say? Kids who drink flavored milk do not consume added sugar. Drinking nutrient-rich flavored milk helps kids improve their overall diet. So we'll say, he said, drinking nutrient-rich flavored milk helps improve kids' diets. Then we have to talk about the other article. I know this takes a little while, so I appreciate you hanging in there with me. We'd have to say this is where we're going to compare and contrast. Very different from second article we read. The author does not support flavored milk. And all I can think in my head is that picture of the 2 gallons of sugar. All right, he shared an image actually, of 2 gallons of sugar kids would consume each year if they drank flavored milk 2 times a day. Okay, so that is how we compare perspectives of an article. You read the article or watch a video and say, which side is this author on and why? And then you watch another one. Are they similar? Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not.